mint. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Stoney Ridge Farm. Got flowers everywhere. A daggone deer came up and ate all of my most of my sunflowers that I just planted in here. Some of them made it, but gosh, the deer just decimated. They came up on my daggone porch last night, ate the tops out of my sunflowers, ate the clover, and ate the tops out of my new sunflowers. I am starting to hate deer. Now, do you hear that? Chickens, we got another Randy on our hands. So the new chickens that I hatched out this spring are reaching maturity and they're starting to crow. It's super annoying. I got a lot to get done today, but what we're gonna be doing to start with is getting the cows moved over to some new pasture. We got rain finally, and you guys can tell by the clouds. We're starting to dig our way out of this drought. I am super worried that we're not gonna be able to buy hay this year. My hay guy typically is already supplying me with hay, and I don't have any. He doesn't have any. No spring cut hay here in North Carolina where I live this year, and that's 2026. It's not good. Let's hop on the four-wheeler. We're gonna take you over, show you where we've got the cows right now. They're in the spa. And we're going to be moving them on to about 20 acres of decent grass. We'll talk a little bit about that too. Contacts. Honda. So welcome back to the Stoney Ridge Farm. That's my tobacco barn right there. That's my shop. And the genie lift is still sitting out in front of the shop. I've got parts on order. They're coming. Hopefully we'll get that thing repaired here in the next few days. I've got to duck and go under my fence wire. Hold on. Oh, there we go. I moved the cows out of this pasture about 4 to 6 days ago, and they are chewing up what they're in right now. The pasture they're in is just about shot. And the pond is way down. Cows are actually grazing in the woods a little bit right now, which is what I want. I hear you. I hear you. Lordy. They're gonna be yelling at me today. Not yet. There you go. Before we go any further with today's video, guys, I want to give a huge shout out to Chapter, today's day sponsor that's dedicated to helping seniors and caregivers navigate the confusing process of Medicare. On average, seniors that work with Chapter have saved $1,100 per year. That is significant. Are you or somebody you love confused about Medicare or just feel totally overwhelmed? Are you a senior, or are you helping a parent or loved one navigate through the Medicare benefits, confusing rules, penalties if you mess up, or do you generally just not know what to do? I know I tried to help my parents navigate through the Medicare process, and it was absolutely confusing and overwhelming. Today, Stoney Ridge Farmer has joined up with Chapter, a unique company that has been founded to ensure that every American preserves their health, wealth, and purpose in retirement. Chapter has unbiased, independent, real people Medicare advisors that are salary-based, not looking to waste your time and or money. A call with Chapter is absolutely free and will walk you through step by step the plan that best suits your needs. I know a lot of seniors and caregivers watch the channel, and I saw this partnership as a perfect opportunity to help my viewers navigate this confusing process. The bottom line is that you don't need to gamble with Medicare plans. You need advice from a person that cares about you and is not about pushing you in a direction that earns them some kind of a commission. Right over here is some information, guys. If you'd like to take advantage of this free, unbiased Medicare guidance, contact Chapter and talk with a real person that can help you with this next chapter in your life. Call 548-562-1702 or scan the QR code right here, or click the link below, and we'll pin a link in the comments there for you so you can speak with a trusted real person, a real advisor with Chapter. Once again, that number is 548-562-1702. 7102. All the information's right over here, or simply scan the QR code to get in touch with a free, trusted, real advisor that cares about you today. Again, on average, seniors saved about $1,100 per year, and it's completely free. You got nothing to lose. Give them a call, save time and money, and help you navigate this confusing process of Medicare. Now, let's get back to farming. Yeah, what a whiny bunch of spoiled brats. You guys can hear me over the mooing of the ridiculousness here. This pond is way down. It's down probably 2 feet right now. There is no water supply coming into this pond from the spring that it's typically fed by. Just no water, no rain, no moisture really in the ground. It's been horrible. What we're going to be doing today is moving the cows out of this section, which is about 3 acres. They've got access to the forest. I wanted them in this paddock because we've got temperatures that are going to be over 100 degrees Fahrenheit here. See what I deal with? Anyway, temperatures are going to be over 100 degrees Fahrenheit. We need these animals to have access to the woods and to a little bit of water to keep them cool. This is what I call the spa up here. All right, so what we got to do, we're going to drive all the way back around. We're going to circle down to the bottom of the hill here. We're going to show you guys the new grass that they're going to move on to. Clearly, we've still got good grass in here, but we're letting the cows kind of graze it down. And also, we're letting them raise the canopy a little bit. So they'll reach up and they will eat a little bit out of the trees right here, especially if there are some attractive leaves for them. Some leaves we don't want them to eat, like dead cherry leaves, we don't want them to eat. That can kill them. So we got to be careful with what we eat. We also have babies. I think we have 6 new babies right now. We're going to make sure they are doing well. These cows are not your feedlot beef cattle that are gigantic and fat right now. They are out on grass, they're out on pasture, on summer pastures right now. And, well, you can see right there, there's one eating leaves. We are having to conserve. I sold 11 animals off 2 weeks ago to try and conserve more grass. This drought thing, I'm not sure how many animals I'm gonna have to sell before winter. Any chance you guys could just stop yelling at me? Please? No yelling. Thank you, thank you. Gosh, disrupting the peace of the farm. It's scaring the fish out of the pond. Let's drive all the way around to the other side, open a few gates, and we'll show you guys where we're moving the cows. Oh, there's a big old rock. Look at that. That's a bush hog buster. Let's get that guy, put him in the creek. Man, there's another one. I'm gonna stop here and show you something that's really cool that I just tried just because I thought it might be a good idea. So these are my tire water tanks. Each tire water tank has a goldfish in it. You can see right down there, that's my goldfish. It's a big old fella. I had 3 goldfish in here, but it's just not enough food for 3 goldfish. Now you'll see down inside this water tank, hopefully you can see, there are little specks. We're gonna reach down and grab a little speck. I'll show you what they are. Oh, that's deep. That's deep. This is like 400 gallons of water. Ugh. Check it out. So the other day I was down at a prominent lake in Virginia, and I saw these snails on the side of a dock. And I thought, you know what? I wonder what would happen if I put snails in my water tanks. Will that clean the water up? And yes, it cleans the water up. So this would typically be really, really cloudy, and it would have slime kind of growing all around in it. The snails are cleaning up all of the slime for me and making the water better. That's pretty cool. It's also a good testimony to how clean this water is, because snails won't survive in crappy water. They'll only survive in really good pure water. So note to self, to keep your water tanks clean on your farm, drop a goldfish and a handful of snails in there. Get them from the creek, get them from wherever. Neat. I get sidetracked. I gotta check a lot of things. This place is busy. So these are our honeybees that we just put in the beehives not too long ago. You can see some of these are really doing well and some are not really doing very well. You can see these are not doing very good. We're gonna pop the top on the one that looks like it's doing really well. Let's see what we got here. Man, they're doing great. I've got to add some more supers, some more boxes on the tops of these, on this one for sure. Cover that up. And they're a little fussy. I don't know why they're a little fussy. All right, let's uncover this one. Take a look in this. Compared to that, what we got? Not doing well. This is just not thriving. The hive just is not doing as well as it should be. We've also got, they're building out a little bit of burr comb up here, and we need them to be building out here. You saw how this one was so full. Let's take a look inside this one real quick too. Let's see. Yeah, this one looks much, much better, but still not rocking and rolling like that other hive was. This hive is rocking, and this one I'm sure is too. Let's just uncover it and take a peek inside. This is my best performing hive. Look at that. It's just crammed full of bees. So yeah, these truths are self-evident that all beehives are not created equally. It's just the truth of it all. This one is not going to do well. That one is going to do fantastic. I don't know what the true answer to all this might be, but I think we're going to lose one hive, at least one hive. They have an aroma that's a little different. Now let me show you what we got here. This is called a pollen trap. Inside here is a drawer that catches pollen, and right now it's not in use. It's got a lot of bee dander on there, I guess you should call it. But at some point, we're going to go ahead and close off. Oh, there's a lot of dead bees in the bottom of this hive too. At some point, we're going to close this off. I think that's what I was smelling. There's some dead bees in the bottom of that hive. At some point, we're going to close off the front of this hive and make them go through the bottom, which will catch pollen for us, and we can enjoy that delicious bee pollen. You know, in one tablespoon of pollen, there's enough protein to sustain a man. There's enough amino acids and protein to sustain a man for a day. That's pretty cool. When you got bees like this, you'll never starve, because again, if you harvest a bee pollen, and we'll get like a quart jar of bee pollen per day out of these bees, 1 tablespoon is enough protein for one man for one day, or woman. I don't care how big they are. All right, let's go play cowboy. Left turn, Clyde. All right, while I'm driving over here, I'm looking at gates. You can see a gate right there. It needs to be closed. The gate up at the top of the hill next to the shop needs to be closed. Another gate we're getting ready to go by. This needs to be closed as well. Everything looks good. We've got to do a little fence survey, check the fences, make sure there's no trees on the fences. we're driving, you guys can see the grasses, the various grasses here on this ridge. This is the worst soil on the farm, and these are the worst grasses on the farm. It's just very devoid of nutrient. You can see this big circle is where I fed a bale of hay 2 years ago. Real good grasses are starting to come up, but you see they're only like this tall. What you're seeing out here is a bunch of weeds and saplings. These are little gum tree saplings, and you're seeing broom sedge. Now, cattle will eat broom sedge. Right now it's green, it's lush, there's a little clover mixed in there. They will eat it. They will chew this down to the nub, and we'll take you up to the top of the hill and show you where they've actually eaten a lot of the grass all the way down. Scattered throughout this is a big pasture. Scattered throughout this big pasture is good quality grass, but this is not the best grass on the farm by far. What was that? What was that? Trail treasure? What is this? Let the trash blow out of your pickup truck, and then my hay guy will mow his hay and pick it up, and then it'll get into the hay bale, and then the cow will eat it and go in its stomach. It'll kill it, and because someone didn't maintain what was in the back of their truck and clean up their own trash, a cow dies because of it. Pick up your trash out of the back of your truck. It's still your responsibility. And cigarette butts are trash. Don't throw them out your car window. You don't like hearing that? It's the truth. It's the truth. Cigarette butts are litter. Okay, now over here, we got some better grasses. We got some fescue in here. I like it. Actually got seed heads out here on our grass. You can see the seeds coming off. Cows will bump into that. That'll help reseed everything we need to reseed. All right, now I need to check my wire here. So we got a good closed gate. And we got a wire to keep the cattle off of the fence right here. In about 2 days, I'm gonna go through and put a hot wire on the top here, but for now, I have this wire set up. And we got a little droop, a little sag right there, so we're gonna wind it in. This is not electrified right now. You can see I already ran the hot wire on the top right here. I just need to go through and do it all the way to the top, all the way down here. This is a new type of grass that I have not seen on the farm yet. Check this out. I don't think it's desirable either. It's a wispy kind of grass, so we'll see how the cows get into this. This is all from a seed bank that was here prior to me buying the land. I didn't put that grass seed down, it just came. Got a lot of weeds over in here too. Right up the top of the hill, double check this next gate. This is where my septic field is. You guys remember the video? We'll roll you a little footage right now of installing the septic field for the shop. Like it a break. Maybe. Let's get this guy tightened. You see, I mashed the fence down right here. The cows did not do that. I did it. Can't blame cows. We need this to be tightened up a little bit. And I forgot what I did up here at the top of the hill. So let's ride up there and take a look. This is mullein. Have you guys ever seen a mullein that high? I can reach 8 feet. That thing is 9 feet up in the air, man. That is mullein. If you don't know what it is, it's got some awesome medicinal purposes. What we're trying to do here is make sure that right there, that's what we're trying to do. Ensure that this is in the right spot. Right there. Now our wire's tight right here. We won't have pressure on the fence. For some reason, the cows like to congregate right here. And you can tell they like to congregate right here because they got good grass. They got good fescue right here. Wherever the cows are dropping them poopy piles, that's where we get the best grass. We're gonna go all the way down this hill, cut back across the creek, and all the way back up to the top of the hill. And the cows are right there. You can see them. Let's see if we can get them to yell at us. Woo! Oh, bunch of crybabies, you hear them? This is is all that's grown this season. This grass is this tall. That is what the drought has done for us. All of the grass for this season is only this tall right here on this side of the hill. Gosh, it is horrible. But this is not the broom sedge. What I've done here is targeted this area as well. I rolled out about 40 hay bales right here in this section so that we get better grasses on this section of land. I guess we'll go into hybrid mode here on the four-wheeler. Kind of like that, nice and quiet. Did you guys see the review of that electric side-by-side? That thing is pretty cool. Boy, they are verbal today. All right, for the sake of making the cows shut up, check it out. You can see from the drone and you can see from here, the grass here versus the grass there. These cows have just gobbled all this grass down. Now you're gonna see a few flies. This is not your living room. This is a cattle farm. That's what's up. We gotta make sure all of our babies are counted for, so we'll count them as we open this gate and let them in. Woo, babies, come on, come on. There you go. Oh, we go. If they were hungry, their nose would be on the ground and they'd be eaten right away. Got one baby. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 total calves. That's it. That's the amount that we're looking for. There were 2 a little bit older. There's Donnie, big old Donnie. Look how much more muscular and fatter Donnie is than the rest of the animals. There's a reason why we're seeing this, and there's Tammy. And this cow is hungry. Hey, kiddo, don't kick me. Don't kick me, kid. Okay, hook this guy back up. Hey girl. Hey, kid, what are you doing? See how much fatter she is than some of these other cows right here. Let's do a little health check. So the cattle that are nursing babies right now are not keeping weight on. All of their energy is dedicated to feeding those babies. So you'll notice, again, some of them are thinner, a little bonier. You can see some ribs on some of them, and some are fat, like number 40. And we took her calf off about a week and a half ago. It'll take them a little bit of time to recover, but these girls and boys are gonna have a literal heyday out here. I am super worried and super concerned about my hay situation this year. I appreciate all the thoughts and prayers of everybody praying for rain for us. We did finally get some rain, but it's not enough. We're still down over 20 inches of rain here on the Stoney Ridge farm here in North Carolina. It is not good. None of this is good. I'd imagine if we can get hay, the price is going to be premium. I would say we're probably going to end up paying $60 to $70 per bale. 150 bales per year here for the cows. It's not going to be good, guys. So I've changed my grazing program around because of the drought situation we have. Typically, I would be grazing these guys on a small section of land every 12 hours and moving them. So they'd get a half an acre for 12, half an acre, half an acre, half an acre. In this heat and this drought, I've got to give them access to water. I've got to give them access to shade. And that is the main goal here right now. It's honestly, we're in survival mode. We're not in make the cows fat mode. We are in survival mode here on the Stoney Ridge farm. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope you learned a little bit. Got to get out there and work them honeybees. Hopefully we'll have that for you in a future video very soon. It's always something, right? Thank you guys. We'll see you next time on the Stoney Ridge farm. Hope you enjoyed working with the cattle a little bit today. All them babies. That's nice. We're gonna have to sell off another batch of cattle sometime in October or November to downsize the herd even more due to this drought. It's not good, and it's not good for cattle inventory in this country. We are at the all-time low since the early 1950s for cattle inventory here in this country. It's not good. Thank y'all. We'll see you next time on the Stoney Ridge. Come on down to the Stoney Ridge. Bring your wife and bring your kids. We're living life pure and sweet. That's the way it's supposed to be, Stoney Ridge. Degrees Fahrenheit here. See what I deal with? Lord. Any chance you guys could just stop yelling at me? And that's an entire mile of fencing. A mile! Rolling, keep them doggies rolling, I wish a fly would bite me right on the mouth like that fly right there just did. Not biting me in the mouth. Gotta launch that drone. Something bit me on my finger. Y'all come back now. You hear?